The Middle Ages, a vast epoch spanning roughly from the 5th to the 15th centuries, often evokes images of knights, castles, and grand battles. However, beyond these romanticized notions lies a world teeming with everyday people, peasants, artisans, merchants, and nobles, each contributing to the tapestry of medieval society. This essay peels back the layers of time, offering a glimpse into the daily lives of those who inhabited this fascinating period. From dawn till dusk, life in the Middle Ages was dictated by social hierarchy, religious beliefs, and the rhythms of the natural world. Imagine a world illuminated by candlelight where the sound of church bells marked the passage of time. The air, filled with the scents of wood smoke, freshly baked bread, and alas, less appealing aromas, painted a vivid backdrop to an era starkly different from our own. Through examining the routines, challenges, and simple joys of medieval people, we can gain a deeper appreciation for this pivotal period in human history. For the vast majority of the medieval population, the peasantry life was a constant cycle of labor, dictated by the seasons and the land. Sunrise marked the beginning of a long workday, often stretching into the evening hours. Men and women toiled side by side in the fields, tending to crops or livestock, their lives inextricably linked to the land they worked. Their tools, simple and often hand-me-downs, reflected the agrarian nature of their existence. Wooden plows, scythes for harvesting, and hoes for tilling the soil. Homes, typically constructed of wattle and daub, offered basic shelter from the elements. These one- or two-room dwellings housed entire families, often alongside livestock seeking warmth during the harsh winter months. The interior, sparsely furnished, reflected the practicality of peasant life: a few stools, a trestle table, and perhaps a chest to store meager possessions. The hearth, the heart of the home, provided warmth, a place to cook simple meals, and a flickering light source as darkness descended. In stark contrast to the humble existence of the peasantry, the nobility inhabited a world of privilege and power. Lords and ladies residing in imposing castles or fortified manor houses commanded vast estates and the people who worked them. Their lives, while not devoid of responsibilities, revolved around governance, warfare, and courtly pursuits. Days were structured around prayer, administrative duties, hunting, and elaborate social gatherings. Castles, symbols of wealth and authority, provided not only protection but also served as centers of administration and social life. Within their walls, nobles hosted lavish feasts, entertained guests with music, dancing, and storytelling, and engaged in falconry, chess, and other leisurely pursuits. Clothing made from fine fabrics like silk and velvet, adorned with intricate embroidery and jewels, served as a visible marker of their status. Theirs was a world of opulence and display, a stark counterpoint to the simplicity of peasant life. The lives of medieval women were largely defined by their social standing. For peasant women, their days were consumed by the demands of running a household and assisting with agricultural tasks. They bore and raised children, cooked, cleaned, spun wool, brewed ale, and tended to kitchen gardens. Their work, though essential to the family's survival, often went unrecognized and undervalued. Noble women, while enjoying greater comforts, also bore the weight of societal expectations. Their lives revolved around managing large households, overseeing servants, and raising their children to uphold the family's status. Marriages, often arranged for political or economic gain, played a crucial role in solidifying alliances and securing inheritances. While some women exercised considerable influence within their spheres, their lives were largely confined to the domestic realm. Section 5. Medieval childhood, a different pace. Childhood, as we understand it today, was a foreign concept in the Middle Ages. Children, particularly those of the lower classes, were viewed as miniature adults and expected to contribute to the family's livelihood from a young age. Formal education was a rarity, reserved for the wealthy or those entering religious life. Boys often followed in their father's footsteps, learning trades or agricultural skills, while girls were initiated into the domestic sphere. Despite the absence of a distinct childhood, children found ways to play and entertain themselves. Simple games, such as blind man's bluff, tag, and hoop rolling, provided moments of joy and camaraderie. Storytelling, often centered around folklore, myths and legends, ignited imaginations and transmitted cultural knowledge across generations. Life for medieval children, though often harsh, was not without its moments of lightheartedness and wonder. Section 6. Bustling towns, centers of trade and craft. As the Middle Ages progressed, towns and cities emerged as vibrant centers of commerce, craft production and cultural exchange. Within their walls, a diverse array of occupations flourished. Merchants, artisans, shopkeepers and professionals such as physicians and lawyers catered to the needs of the growing urban population. Guilds, associations of craftsmen, regulated trade, set standards and provided a framework for social and economic advancement. The sights, sounds and smells of a medieval town assaulted the senses. Narrow, cobbled streets teemed with activity vendors hawking their wares, livestock being herded to market, the clang of blacksmiths' hammers, the pungent aroma of tanning hides and the rhythmic chants of street vendors created a cacophony of urban life. Despite the challenges of overcrowding, sanitation and the ever-present threat of fire, towns offered opportunities for social mobility and economic advancement not found in the rural countryside. Section 7. Food and feasts. From meager meals to lavish spreads. Food in the Middle Ages was not merely sustenance, it reflected social standing and played a central role in religious observance and social gatherings. For the peasantry, diet consisted primarily of bread, porridge, vegetables and legumes. Meat, a luxury, was reserved for special occasions or obtained through hunting or trapping. Ale, brewed at home, served as the common drink, while wine graced the tables of the wealthy. In contrast, the nobility feasted on a rich variety of meats, game birds, fish, spices, and exotic fruits. Feasts, grand affairs often lasting for days, showcased the host's wealth and generosity. Guests, entertained by musicians, jesters, and acrobats, indulged in course after course of elaborately prepared dishes, accompanied by copious amounts of wine and ale. Food, in its abundance and presentation, served as a visible marker of social distinction. Section 8. Curious customs, glimpses into medieval life. The Middle Ages, though often viewed through a narrow lens, was a period rich in curious customs and beliefs that offer fascinating glimpses into the medieval mindset. For instance, the practice of trial by ordeal, in which the accused was subjected to painful or dangerous tests to determine guilt or innocence, reflected the belief in divine intervention in earthly affairs. Similarly, the widespread belief in magic, superstition, and the supernatural permeated all levels of society, influencing everything from medical practices to social interactions. Another intriguing aspect of medieval life was the importance of pilgrimage. Journeys to sacred sites undertaken for penance, spiritual renewal, or to seek divine intervention were common. These pilgrimages, often fraught with danger and hardship, could last for months or even years, and attracted people from all walks of life, offering a rare opportunity for social interaction and cultural exchange. Section 9. Conclusion, legacies of a bygone era. The Middle Ages, far from being a static or monolithic period, was a time of immense change, innovation, and cultural flourishing. From the grandeur of cathedrals to the ingenuity of craftsmen, the echoes of this era resonate through art, architecture, literature, and the very fabric of Western civilization. While the daily lives of medieval people may seem worlds away from our own, their struggles, triumphs, and enduring contributions continue to captivate and inspire us centuries later. By peering through the mists of time, we gain a deeper appreciation for the complexities of this pivotal period and recognize the enduring legacies of the Middle Ages in shaping the world we inhabit today.